It is a Super Bowl week tradition. One of the greatest running backs of all time, the all-time NFL leading rusher, and he usually brings tequila.
Oh, he's bringing the tequila.
He's got the tequila with him today. The great Emmitt Smith. Emmitt, welcome back, buddy.
Thank you, guys. How you doing?
We're doing great, man.
Yeah, excellent.
Always good to have you here. I mean, we try to make you a yearly thing. Like, it's like one of our things. It's not a Super Bowl unless we talk to Emmitt.
Well, damn it. Cool.
Good,
I'm
good.
glad
You're down with that?
Yes, I'm down for that.
I mean, when I grew up, you were in the Super Bowl anyways, so we might as well keep the damn thing going.
And it's going to be a long time for my Cowboys to get here, so why not keep talking about it? So, I mean,
I don't know. They say it's going to be next year. Jay's going all in. He's going all in.
What does all in look like?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to understand what all in looks like.
A lot of money.
It means something different to everybody.
You're funny. You are funny. All right, one thing I don't, we've asked you so many questions over the year. I don't know if I've ever asked you this one, is what was the difference in feeling Super Bowl I compared to Super Bowl II you played in?
There was no feeling in Super Bowl III.
Right, okay. No feeling in Super Bowl III?
No tingling, no.
Like just a game. Here we go.
I was so mad. I was disappointed.
Right.
I was like, what happened?
The Steelers Super Bowl 30.
What happened?
Right.
I'm like, where are the butterflies?
Right.
I don't feel nothing. Am I not ready to play
Right.
or what? I start questioning.
Right.
Because Super Bowl I and II, one was really hyped.
Rose Bowl.
Yes.
Right. First one for you guys.
The very first one.
Right.
The second one was moderately hyped.
Right.
But that third one, I'm like, pinch me.
Yeah.
I mean, am I sleeping? I mean, am I not sensing what I'm supposed to sense? Something is wrong? It wasn't nothing wrong.
Right.
It was all about the experiences of being in the big moment at the right time.
Okay, so I'm glad you're going down this because in that game too, you guys showed that experience. You jumped out on them; they were nervous and and you're throwing bombs at Dion and you're running down the middle of the field, right?
Yeah.
So do you feel like that's an advantage for Kansas City in these kind of things?
I think it can be an advantage to Kansas City, but it also can be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
The advantage part of it is, okay, they know it's a football game,
right?
And they know that the other opposing team is going to come with a lot of energy and everything else. The question is, how do they withstand that first onslaught and that first level of energy, and how long will that energy sustain itself for the Niners?
Right.
Now, on the other side, and this is what Kyle Shanahan experienced when he was in Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah.
When the Falcons end up losing to
the Patriots, right?
They ran out of gas. They just ran out of gas. It wasn't the fact that they were not playing hard. It's just they couldn't not sustain that energy level for a period of time. And Brady was like, I knew this was going to happen at some point. Now I'm going to get you behind.
I'm just going to pick you apart.
I'm going to pick
tired.
you. Everybody tired. Everybody can't move the same.
Right.
And that's what you're looking at right now when you're talking about experience versus inexperience.
Right, right.
The Cowboys today. Specifically. Well,
are they here?
Well, no.
Well, one of them is. There goes Michael.
Is that
Michael
Irv?
Irvin. There he is.
There he is.
Michael Irvin.
The playmaker.
There's the playmaker.
There he is.
Come say hi. Come on, Michael. Michael's got to go. All right. Michael will come by later. Mike McCarthy's still the head coach. How surprised were you that Jerry decided to keep him after that playoff loss to the Packers?
I was completely surprised. I know how disappointed I was as a player to see that product put on the football field.
Yeah.
It is not becoming of the Dallas Cowboys mystique, respect, the brand.
Right.
It is not it's not the appropriate representation of the brand itself. Now, Jerry understands these kind of words.
Yeah.
The brand.
Right.
The star.
Right.
Everything has to be pristine.
Right.
But this was not.
Yeah.
That right there was so disappointing. And not only to me, but to many of our fans, and including people that was sitting like, what is that?
Yeah.
It did not look good and wasn't a good look.
Do you ever wonder, because I know Jerry says all the time, I want me some glory hole. You know that line.
Yeah.
I want me some glory hole. I want to win Super Bowls. He did say that. That's not me. That's him.
He was
said
looking
that.
at you weird.
He's looking at me like, what?
wait,
Do you know what
did
you're
he
saying?
really say that?
Jerry said that once. And he said it twice.
He said
it again.
He actually said it recently.
He said it about the
Again.
Rangers after they won the World Series. It is the absolute glory hole to win a national championship. That's Jerry. That's Jerry. You know Jerry better than we do.
Owner.
Yeah, it is my owner.
But I feel like, Emmitt, at some level, that he's saying what he has to say to get people to keep showing up, to keep the Cowboys on TV, like, because you're not putting the actions to the words. You know what I'm saying?
Therefore, you lose credibility. And if you're losing credibility, you're losing respect. You lose respect,
Yeah.
you have no honor.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, I agree to some level. Things have to change. And I thought the reason why I was so convinced that he was going to get fired.
Yeah, right.
Because last year there was a whole lot of talk about, okay,
Yeah.
this might be it.
Right.
If he doesn't perform this year, okay.
Right.
You're going to accept 12 wins and a playoff berth, but you're going to accept the way we got kicked out of the playoff.
Yeah. Like dominated.
That's dominated. I mean, it's like we went out there and played with our hands tied behind our backs.
Yeah.
Or we left our minds up in Frisco and didn't even take it over to AT&T in Arlington.
Yeah.
It was such a disappointing thing. It was just bad. It's bad all the way around. I even hate talking about it because what I feel responsible.
Well, I feel you. I can feel you're emotionally invested.
I feel
It's your
responsible.
squad.
I feel like
Right.
I could have helped, and I don't know how.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was bad.
Was there a coach you thought maybe was on the radar or was going to happen where you were like, "Ooh, I think Jerry might do this," or? You know?
Initially, I thought it was going to be Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought it would have been Sean Payton.
Right.
But at this point, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
I really don't know. Outside of going and stealing Dan Campbell
Yeah.
from the Detroit Lions, because I think his message is the right message
Right.
that a lot of people are missing.
Right.
And a lot of kids are missing.
What message specifically?
I mean, think about what he's doing and what he's saying, how he's saying it. Now, he's making some mistakes too, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
When they go for it and all that kind of stuff.
right,
Going
gotcha.
for it when come on, coach.
Yeah.
You
Go up
for-
17 in the NFC Championship game.
Exactly.
Right.
He's making some mistakes.
Right. But his other stuff.
It's other stuff
great.
it's the other things that I can deal with some things because I know the message is the right message.
Yeah.
He's going to learn from what he just went through.
Right.
It's not that often that he's been a head coach. So he's going to learn from what he went through.
Yeah.
That part I can almost guarantee you because that's the kind of mentality he had.
But the mentality is just this what we see all the time: grit. Just go out there,
Grit.
fight hard, dig deep, come
Yeah.
together. Just
Nobody
all the
wants
stuff
to
that
fight
seems
hard no
cliche,
more.
but it
Yeah.
works.
No one wants
If
to
you
fight
do it,
hard
it
anymore.
works.
They want to, we are the
Tell
Cowboys.
me how good I. Yeah.
Tell
yeah.
me how
hear
good I
you.
am.
Right.
Check out my Instagram post.
Right.
See me on my podcast. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm everything
Right.
without doing anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's patting them on the back without doing anything.
Right.
People want to give them so much without doing nothing.
Right.
And what they're living off of is what happened in the past.
Right.
Not what's going down right now. They're not establishing their own legacy, let alone building off of the legacy that was established. When I got to the Cowboys, I knew one thing.
Yeah.
I knew I could not disappoint Tony Dorsett as a running back. And I knew I could not disappoint Robert Newhouse as a running back, or Calvin Hill, or let alone Bullet Bob Hayes.
Right.
Then I knew I could not disappoint Captain Comeback, Roger Staubach,
Right.
Ed Too Tall Jones. I embraced the history of who we were because I loved them as a Cowboy when I was a kid myself. So when I got there, it's like, shoot, we ain't going to be 1-15.
Right.
My mind was already on that. And I knew Michael Mine was on it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Mine had to be on
Yeah,
it.
so that's what I was saying too. Like the coach has got to be a part of that, right? And not putting up with nonsense.
Don't
Is that where
put
you're
up
going?
with no BS.
Right.
And at the end of the day, when you see a legendary defensive end like Charles Haley, who's a Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
working with Leon Lett, Tony Tolbert, Tony Casillas, and Chad Hennings,
Right.
Jimmy Jones, and other players,
Yeah.
working with them, teaching them to swim things. He's working with them to make them better, so
Right.
he become better. He's not worrying about competing against them. But when you see that, you see greatness. And that's why that team was so good defensively. Then when you see Deion come in, he could have came in Deion Neon,
Right.
but he didn't. He came in playing ping pong with everybody. Whoever wanted to play ping pong,
Right.
he played with.
Bring it. Right.
Bring it on.
Yeah,
It was
right.
competition.
Right.
Dominoes was being played between James Washington and myself, defensive players, offensive players, and they getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Things that brought us together are things that I think is missing within the locker room
Yeah,
today.
I hear you. Everybody's got their own life. I got to go here.
Yeah,
I got this party.
I got this party,
I
I
got
got this.
Instagram
Man,
people
yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah,
I hear you, man.
yeah.
It is.
It's a-
Old school's
It's
dying.
a joke.
I like.
Wow.
Man, I like this. Do you need
And that
more
bottle
tequila?
isn't even open
Are you
yet.
Sure?
No.
What do you got in that cup?
It's
Damn
empty.
it.
It's empty.
He's waiting for us
See?
to crack the seal.
You're on fire today. You are on fire. I'm feeling like it's the second Super Bowl. You're just carrying the squad right now.
Hey.
Isn't it
Hey.
amazing though to
Fourth
think
quarter.
We've talked about
wanna
this so
carry
many
the
times.
squad.
Yeah, I know.
But
I want to be in the position to where I have to make the play.
The last time you guys won the Super Bowl is the last time they even played in the game to get to the Super Bowl. I never would have dreamed that the Cowboys would go 28, now 29 years without playing in an NFC championship. I can't believe that.
I wouldn't have dreamed it neither. And like I told somebody earlier, I'm tired of being sold on what the Cowboys could be. I'm tired.
You've had enough of it.
I had enough of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm more about what the Cowboys really are and who we really are and who we were. That's where I'm at.
Right.
And that's where everyone else is at. You was this. How do you allow this to happen?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, hey, I know the prism which I look at the team through and the eyes, I go all the way back to Starback. I go all the way back to those days with Leroy Jordan. I go all the way back to those days. And then I come up to where we were at, and I'm like, okay, we honored them. We respected them.
Right.
We respected the history of the game. We love the game. I respect the history of the game like no other. Whether it's Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Dorsett, Gary Sayers, you name them, all the way up to where Barry Sanders and I are sitting side to side. And Thurman Thomas is in the mix.
Right.
I respect my players. I respect their play.
Right.
And I honor who they are because I'm honoring this position and I'm honoring the game. These mother brothers here, I don't know what they're
Oh, hell, we go.
That was it.
We nominate
Yes.
Emmitt Smith to be hired by Mike McCarthy as the Cowboys official let's get our shit together coach.
How about that?
Right.
How about that?
And with your tequila.
Yeah, they probably need
Tell
some
us
of this
about
right
it.
now.
Tell us
about it.
Guys, I've been working with Tequila Headador for over 13 years now. Started in 2010, and it's been a great partnership. I was with them before the category blew up.
Right.
And now that the category has so many different other brands in it, this brand here still reigns supreme.
Heredora, baby.
I mean, quality. We just talked about the Cowboys and everything else.
Right.
It's about quality.
Yes.
It's not about having so many different things where you lose the quality.
Yeah.
It's about representing the brand.
Right.
And this brand right here, hopefully I haven't let it down, and it's not letting me down.
What?
So.
This is the true syrup right here.
Yeah,
That is.
The seal still isn't cracked, though. The seal's not cracked.
It is what it is. Here's the amazing thing.
It's rubbing off on them.
Here's the amazing thing about this. They own 22,000 acres of agave.
Wow.
100% blue agave. 22,000 acres.
That's
Wow,
incredible.
22. That's right.
Hopefully they're paying
they
you
didn't even know it.
22, comma 000, comma 000. All right.
I'm trying to take control of the brand.
You're trying to get there?
There we go. Who's the guy that's playing today that you look at and you say that reminds me of 22?
There isn't one, really. The closest that I saw that had the running style or the reflection of my running style was Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
He was the closest one.
I hear you. I see that.
Outside of that, I see McCarthy as a guy that he reminds me of a smaller version of a Dickerson.
Yeah, okay.
But not with the high knees like that, but he
Right.
went beautiful running style.
Right.
And he sees the field quite clearly. Pacheco,
I thought you might say Roger Craig almost with McCaffrey too.
Kind of like
you
Roger
know?
Craig. Kind
Right?
of like Roger Craig.
Right?
But kind of like Roger
You know?
Craig. Yeah,
Right?
I'm glad that you brought
Hey,
that up.
I'm here with you,
Yeah.
man. I got you back, man.
That's
I got you.
respecting history right
He
there.
is a football historian.
Yes,
Just
he
ask
is.
him.
Yes, he is. I mean, he grew up with
I
a
did. Yep.
So, yes. But
I still remember my dad's retirement game. Emmitt, waving to Felipe Sparks
come on,
behind,
man.
and then he waved to me at one point during the game. He was always
What's up,
great to me. Let alone he made me cry when he hurt his shoulder and
Oh,
still
well,
won the game.
1993, the
Right.
regular season
what a
finale,
jerk.
taking the 1 seed.
Ruining my damn dreams. Gosh.
no, man. I mean, that's
You're the man.
what you call a ball player.
That's a ball player.
That's a ball player.
You ruin dreams every now and then.
and I have to.
You
Because if I
have
don't
to.
ruin somebody else's dream, I'm
You don't
ruining
get
my
your
own
dream.
dream.
Right. Yes.
Boy, that's another message the Cowboys need to hear too, right?
Right.
Ruin dreams. Go out there and ruin
Make your
dreams.
own dreams.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Last one before you go. Running backs right now, like, is there anything you look at to where teams are not using them the right way? Are you a fan of how much they substitute guys in and out of the game now? Sometimes I go, how can you ever get in rhythm running the ball
Right.
if you're in a series and the next series they put the other guy in and they go back and forth?
I couldn't do it.
Right.
I couldn't do it because I needed a commitment. And I think that's the problem. There isn't a commitment. And if there is, there's also a concern of overusage.
Yeah, right.
And so everybody is getting around and taking technology to manage pitch counts for everybody. They're doing it at the collegiate level, and I believe they may be doing it even at the professional level.
Yeah,
so,
they are.
If you want to talk about head trauma and all these kind of things, maybe that may be the reason why.
Right.
But as a player, I understand what my responsibility is, and I need to be on the football field at all times.
Yeah.
And if I'm that guy, I want to be that guy.
Right.
And I'm not looking to tap out.
Is there something to be said, like, too, about getting in the flow of the game, feeling
There's
the
a
way
lot
a
to be said for that,
linebacker,
but-
the cutback
And then the
lane?
fourth quarter rolls around.
Think
And
about
they're
it,
tired
think-
and you're
but
not.
Think about
Right,
this, though.
right.
How often do you see college players, running backs that is, carry the ball 25 times a
I mean, almost never.
And think about this.
Right.
How about high school?
Yeah, you're
Even
right.
less.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
the systems down there are all spread systems now.
Screen here,
It's-
screen there,
yeah,
short
yeah.
pass.
It's not
right.
even real football.
Right, it's not. I'm with you.
The minute, and I said this to somebody, the minute that somebody come up with smash mouth football all over again,
Yeah.
you're going to dominate the running
Nobody's
game.
going to be ready. Nobody's going to be ready to defend
You know
it.
why you got these tall, lanky D ends that
Yeah.
want to get to the quarterback
Right.
and don't want to hold that doggone wedge and make jump around.
Yeah, right. They want the pretty plays. They don't want the messy, tough
Yeah,
plays.
that
The
is.
49ers got a little of what you guys are, what you're talking about.
Yes, they
Old
do.
school Cowboys. They're going to run the ball
A little
first,
bit, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. It's
But at the
advantage they
same
got.
time, they got two D ends that
I
may
know.
be jumping around, too.
You're right. You're exactly right. You're
If
right.
we had a PFT Live Hall of Fame, this spot would get you in first ballot. This
Damn.
was awesome.
Right.
We love talking
What?
to Emmitt Smith.
I mean, only if you had actually drank the tequila before you came out. Who knows what
did.
would have
You
happened?
just didn't
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.